So Colombia beat Spain's sub 20 3-2. Um, I knew as soon as I saw Spain how they were playing in this World Cup, I knew Colombia had a chance. I knew it was like a 50-50 matchup that if Colombia played intelligently, if they played with actual confidence, that they could have beaten Spain, and they did. Um, I did not expect them to defeat Spain the way they did, however. Colombia was playing this game without their best defender, Simon Garcia. And Colombia, you know, in the first half, Colombia were winning 1-0 with a Jordan Barrera assist to Villarreal. Um, and honestly, that was a beautiful goal. And it's a shame that Barrera got injured when he was having his best game for the national team. Um, so right then, you lost one of your best attackers and you didn't have your best defender. Colombia left the first half with a 1-0 lead. Spain had more possession, but they weren't able to generate nothing dangerous. Colombia was actually outplaying Spain in that regard. The second half, however, is what we see a lot in the senior national team and in a lot of categories in Colombia, which is when you start off good, you start off winning, but lack of concentration, lack of adapting, and essentially Colombia gave up an easy goal. For, in my opinion, the first goal for Spain was easy, simple mistakes that Colombia made. And then a few minutes later, Colombia was still traumatized after that goal. They gave up another goal a few minutes later. I believe the player's name was Virgil, John Virgili. That guy was, in my opinion, Spain's best player. Scored the second goal for Colombia, for against Spain. So Colombia was losing 2-1 in a few minutes, like in 5 minutes, despite leading in the first half. They had lost their best attacker, they lost their best defender, and I was thinking to myself, 2-0, 2-1 down. I don't think this Colombia team can actually come back from this. I think they just choked. And to make matters worse, Oscar Perea was not showing up anymore in the game, so the manager took him out. So Colombia was literally without two of their best attackers. So how the hell is Colombia going to turn this around? Well, they put in Renteria. I believe his name is John Renteria, who, again, like in the game against South Africa, he came in, produced an assist for Villarreal. This time was no different. He had a beautiful assist to Villarreal for the game-tying goal. And Villarreal, for his credit, one-on-one with the keeper, took his shot, put it away, tied the game 2-2. I believe that happened in right here, happened in the 64th minute. And then at 89th minute, I believe it was Sarabia who launched the ball, long ball. Renteria doesn't touch the ball, but he manages to take away one defender. The ball reaches Villarreal, and he puts away the third goal. And right then, he's like, oh, Colombia's winning 3-2. Hopefully they can close it down correctly. Well, Sarabia concedes a penalty, or what's called a penalty. Colombia challenges the play. They look at the play. The referee realizes the foul happened outside of the box, not inside, so he changes to a free kick. So Spain have a last-minute free kick that they can tie the game. And miraculously, the free kick hits the Colombian wall, and Colombia is able to get away with a 3-2 victory ahead of Spain. Honestly, it was a great game. I'm surprised Colombia 2-1 down were able to come back to tie it and win it. That's something rarely I see in the national team in any category. So the fact that this under-20 team did it, I'm very much impressed by this, especially that they came back down without two of their best attackers. And then the defense, for the most part, they conceded 2 goals, but, without their best defender, I thought they would have done worse, honestly. I'm very surprised from this team, if I'm being honest. This is one of the least talented sub 20 teams I've seen. But this is a sub-20 team that they make up for their lack of talent with character. They make up for their lack of talent with actual work ethic. And again, they're in the semifinals for the first time since the 2003 Under 20 World Cup. So 22 years later, it's only the second time Colombia's ever reached the semifinals at the Under 20 World Cup. So I think that alone is an incredible achievement. And I love the mentality that a lot of players have, which is they didn't come here to participate. They came here to make history, and the only way they're going to make history is by winning. So I love that mentality that the Colombian players have. They're going to have a tough test against Argentina, however. They're going to be facing Argentina now. Where is it? Right here. Colombia's going to not have Villarreal, who's their top goal scorer. 5 of the 6 goals Colombia scored in a knockout so far came through Villarreal. So my question is, who's going to be the guy scoring the goals now? I believe it's going to be Aristizábal, who's probably going to, replace Villarreal, but can he score goals? Who knows? He's done it professionally already in the Colombian League, but he hasn't done that in the under 20 system so far. Oscar Perez is going to be healthy, which is good. Simon Garcia, Colombia's best defender, is going to be back. Colombia's not going to have Sarabia, but they're going to replace him with Basan, a center back. My only concern, apart from Villarreal not being there, so who's going to score goals, is Jordan Barrera, who's Colombia's playmaker. Well, if you don't have Villarreal, your goal scorer, and you don't have Barrera, who unfortunately left the game injured, and he's still limping today, I doubt whether or not he's going to be able to start against Argentina in 3 days. If Colombia don't have both of them, Villarreal is already a big miss. If you take away Barrera too, it makes me want to say Colombia might not generate enough offense to beat Argentina. The only good thing is that Argentina is going to be without Carrizo, who's also their top goal scorer and one of their best players. So both teams are going to be without their goal scorers. But Colombia does also have Barrera, so that's something to watch out for. This team surprised me with the way they beat Spain. Not that they beat Spain, but the way they beat Spain surprised me. So I can't rule them out against Argentina. But I still have my doubts because it's Argentina and because Colombia. I have yet to see Colombia, beat Argentina in a knockout game. Although to be fair, if I'm not mistaken, Colombia in the under 17. Hold up, let me do it quick. Colombia. I'm pretty sure Colombia so Colombia defeated Argentina 2-1 in the sub-17. So they knocked out Colombia. Colombia's knocked out Argentina before. So it's not without possibility. I just question whether or not this team can do it. But after the way they beat Spain, you have to have hope. You have to have faith that they can actually do it. It's going to be a great game regardless. It's a historic game, a semifinal. And again, a team that I thought was not talented is in a deeper round than any team since 2003. Teams that had James, teams that had Quintero, those teams failed to make the semifinals, even at home. This team, outside of Colombia, without as much talent, without as much noise, with a lot of doubts, has made the semifinals. So you have to have faith for this team. They're the underdog, but I think Colombia is always better as the underdog rather than the favorite. So, again, if you like the video, subscribe to the channel, give it a like. If you agree with the content, you can comment if you don't agree. And again, just share the content if you find that someone else can see this as interesting. And de todo un poquito de todo. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Have a nice day.